Hello, my name is Dianela Acosta, and I am a faculty member here at the Center for the Musical Arts, where I teach voice lessons. I am also the director of the Boulder Opera Company. And one of the things that we do when we go, when we perform an opera and we bring field trips to the theater or we tour a show, is that we visit the schools and we present an intro to opera workshop. So if you're looking for an intro to opera for your kids, this is the right place. So the first question that we ask the students usually is, what is an opera? And one of the answers that we get pretty often is, opera is a play that is sung very loudly. And yes, correctly, opera, it is a story that is sung. And opera singers tend to be pretty loud because we train for many years and to project and support our voices. And so we don't use any of the microphones. Today, we are going to talk about a very short opera by a composer named Robert Kapilov, who wrote an opera called Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. This is an 18-minute opera sung in English with instrumentations. And there's going to be one mezzo-soprano who's going to sing the character of the Grouch, and a soprano who's going to be singing the character of the boy, who is Sam Am I. I want to talk to you about voice types. Soprano is sung by a female singer who can sing really high notes. And a mezzo-soprano, it's also for a female voice that can sing mostly in the middle, but can also sing high, can sing very low notes, but feels really comfortable singing in the middle. And of course, there's other voice types for the male singers. We say tenor for the high note, for the high voice, baritone for the middle and low, bass baritone for the low voices. But in this opera, we only have a soprano sung actually by a boy and a mezzo-soprano. The story of the opera is one of the most important things you can do to prepare your children for this experience. The story of the opera is a psychological tug of war between a boy named Sam Am I and a character called the Grouch. It is a touching and funny take about overcoming everyday prejudice, where the boy Sam and I is trying to convince the Grouch to eat green eggs and ham. The opera will be sung in English, like we said, with instruments. It is enjoyable for both the adults and the children. And for the adults, it's a chance to hear what modern opera sounds like. Some suggestions for preparing your children would be, obviously, read the book together, and something that could be really fun, it would be like taking turns reading the lines and reading, one person will read the character of the boy, the other person will read the character of the Grouch. And this will get them involved with listening to the interpretation. You can also use various intonations like whining and threatening and so on, and ask them questions. Ask them, what is the story about? And ask them, what do they think? What is the best way to convince someone to change their mind about something? So I'm going to show you a recording of how we can do this. You can find some of these, the book to show your kids on YouTube. There's lots of these out loud reading. And let's see, here we go. You might like them. You will see, you might like them in a tree. I would not. Not in a tree, not in a car. You let me be. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them in a fox. I do not like them in a house. I do not like them in a mouth. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam and I. Let me just stop the sharing. So something else that I would like to talk about is opera etiquette. Usually to show your appreciation after the piece, if you've liked it, obviously we're all gonna clap. But something that is very customary in opera is when you're clapping, and at the end, if you really have liked it, you shout out bravo. And in this case, you're going to have two performers, and so you're going to see bravi. So you say bravi tutti. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoy the performance. Goodbye.